Okay guys, I said I was going to make a part 2 because there were a lot of things that I had to cut out because of YouTube's only allowing you 10 minutes, and I already had problems uploading the last one because it wasn't 10 minutes. So I'm making this into 2, and yeah. Um, I was talking about the baby shower earlier. Um, as far as registries, I set up my registry, and it was a lot harder than I thought it would be. Um, and by harder, I mean it was just a lot of things that were on the list I've never heard of before, and a lot of things that were on the list were just like, why is this even on the list? Is this even necessary? Um, and it was just I was just having a hard time finding a lot of things. It was just the store we were at. Some of the things where you would think that this is here, it was in a totally different place. And maybe on hindsight, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But a lot of them were just like, why the fuck is this here? Like, seriously, like, excuse my language, but why is this here? So that was kind of frustrating. Basically, when you're doing a registry, it helps to have a list. The store that I register that gives you a list. Right when you sit down and put your name down and your address and all this other stuff where you can, so people can find your registry online or whatever in the stores or whatever. They give you a list and they give you a scan gun. They gave me a book or whatever, which was awesome because I had a list in the book, and then I had the list that they had actually printed out, and they gave me a pen, so I just go through and check everything. When I had to go back and update it because it was so long and the store actually was closing, we got there a little bit late. We had a second list, and at home we had went through and was like, okay, let's go through what we have and make sure that we checked it off and make sure that we didn't accidentally add anything that we don't want, and everything that we didn't want we actually deleted off, and make sure that we're gonna go ahead and scratch off what we don't want to go ahead and scan, what we don't need, and what we feel is pointless. That way, when we go to the store, we don't have to go and go through at the store and try to do it while we're trying to scan and figure things out already. Don't be afraid to go scan crazy. Most places, or at least the place that I went to, you can multi-scan. So like if you wanted diapers, and you can go ahead and scan 3 or 4 times so you can get 3 or 4 things of diapers. That way it comes up on your registry that if someone buys 2 of them, it'll still come up as you want 2 more. Don't be afraid to scan, especially if it's your first baby. I have a lot of stuff. It was like 23 pages of my registry because this is my first child, because I don't have, stuff from previous pregnancies where I can use it. So it was a lot. Um, my friends really appreciated it because a lot of my friends are pregnant as well, or they know someone who is pregnant who registered at the same place I did, so they can just go ahead and print out both registries and be done with all the shopping. Make sure though that if I'm 22 years old, I have a lot of friends that are teens, 18, 19, and I have a lot of friends that are older, and I have family that are obviously older who could probably pay for a lot more high price stuff. But you don't want to go ahead and scan a bunch of high price stuff. Put the high price stuff on there. I'm not saying don't do it. Go ahead and scan your crib if you don't have one. I already had one before I even was pregnant. It was a gift. Someone was going to throw it out. We were like, hey, because we were planning on getting pregnant anyway. Unused crib, pretty crib. It was gorgeous. So we took it. But go ahead and scan your high price items. Don't be afraid to go, oh, well, this costs so much. But if you have it was like, I want a travel system. It's going to be a lot more easier for me because I am young and I do like to go to the mall and stuff like that and go on outings and such. Having a travel system will be a lot easier for me because I don't want to have to sit there and carry a heavy baby carrier all around. I can just go ahead, take the baby carrier out when the baby's young, pop it on top of the stroller, and be gone. And at the place I was at, I got to look at a whole bunch of different strollers and different, models and styles and such. And I actually can ask one of the associates because I had a problem with unlocking the wheels because for some reason the description said that it didn't have swivel wheels or something, and I unlocked the wheels. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? And sorry, I wanted to see if it actually did have swivel wheels. So he helped me unlock it and everything. You can mess with it, and I wanted to see because that was the one I was looking at, and the one my boyfriend liked too. So I wanted to see if I would be able to, I guess, be able to, put the latches up, fold it up, take the car seat out, put the car seat back in. It was pretty easy after I, figure out, okay, I'm supposed to push this button and it just pops right back out. Okay, when I put it back down, I just have to wait till it clicks. It was pretty easy. So don't be afraid to mess with the models. You're gonna do it. Just, test it out. It really helps to bring somebody with you. Somebody that can either read off your list and help you check off things. This is my first pregnancy. I'm not a real active person already, especially since it's wintertime. I really don't like going out in the wintertime. I'm more of a summer person. I would be more active if it was warmer. So I have to sit down constantly because I'm not really used to walking with the extra weight, so I get dizzy or whatever. And it was nice to have someone there to be able to. I had to sit down a couple times before we're like, okay, let's give me a wheelchair so I can just roll around. And it was nice to have somebody there that can help. Make sure you go in enough time. I have been sleeping really well during this pregnancy, and I've been sleeping a lot. I can sleep for like 10 plus hours, wake up and still be tired, and I will just sleep like a baby. And it was hard for me to wake up to go, and my boyfriend works, so it was hard for him to wake up to go. So the first night we went, we only had like a couple hours or whatever before the store closed, and even in that couple hours, we didn't get everything off the list that we needed to get off the list before we had to leave. So make sure you have enough time, to go through and scan everything. If you don't have enough time, that's okay. Make sure that you can update your registry. Make sure that you can come back, or if you can go online to put more stuff on your registry, if you can't finish it all in one, setting. Also, check and see if your registry is available online, or if there's, like mine has, I can, go to any store internationally, and I can go to any store that company owns. And, people can go and do that. So if I have friends that live in Illinois, so they can go and buy things if they wanted to, and online or whatever, and send it, and they can access my registry at that store. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and find out about that, especially if you have friends all over. And, I have people that like shopping online, so make sure that you can do that for them. It's really nice. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, I wanted to know if people are having problems with people giving their opinions or advice that are exactly welcome. Having babies before marriage or having babies afterwards, how old you should be to start having kids, telling you what you should and shouldn't name your kid if you already have names picked out. Just stay strong, confident about your decisions. Remember that at the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with the decisions. You're the one who has to live your life and live with the decisions you make. So, be confident in your decisions. If you decide that you want to name your child a certain thing and nobody likes it, it's your kid. Just be, mindful of the future. You don't want to name your kid something ridiculous and then they have to live their life with that. So, just be mindful of that. Before I get cut off, I'm going to show you my belly.